Welcome back, Super Friends and Super Family. Today I'm reacting to Buffy the Vampire Slayer Season 5, Episode 3. I am so ready to just jump right into this episode. I don't think I'll have a lot to talk about just because I want to see what happens next, but so far in this season, I mean, the first episode was great. We got Dracula. I thought that was excellent, but I honestly think Episode 2, last episode, was even better. I am very intrigued about Dawn. I want to know more about her. I'm also very just intrigued about the sibling relationship that Buffy and Dawn have and kind of the tension, the struggle that they have between the two of them. And I mean, seeing them as a family, I think, is always very engaging and interesting. And then also that means more screen time for Joyce. So that's really cool. I would be really happy if Harmony shows up in more episodes as well this season. Will she and Spike get back together? Probably not, but they don't need to. They can just be on screen together. But there's definitely a lot of mystery, and I have a few theories about Dawn. But I guess we'll just dive right into it and see what happens. As always, the full reaction is on Patreon, as well as future reactions. If you want to watch those, check out all the full episodes of Buffy and Angel and support the channel. Thank you to everyone who does. Let's just get into it. Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Season 5, Episode 3.
Wish I had something food-like to offer you guys, but the hot plate's out of commission.
We think the cat peed on it.
Oh, I don't need to know that.
I do have SpaghettiOs.
Oh, is this Enter the Dragon? I've never seen that. I need to.
Guess the folks are back. No, just incompetent burglars.
That's so sad.
Yeah, maybe it's definitely time to start looking for a new place.
I think so.
Buffy, you been to hell? They had one bedrooms, right?
Buffy, how's that book? Full of zippy dates and zesty names?
I'm fine.
She's not fine. What's up?
Who are you lately? Give it up and watch the movie.
I guess it has been a long day with the crusade. Little break from the violence for some... Oh, fighting.
Movie violence is better than book violence, right?
Ow! What are you doing? I have a dislocated shoulder.
Trying to concentrate on the kicking movie.
Oh, give me a break.
What?
This is all wrong. See, first you would get the big guy, like a flying kick.
Oh
then
my
you
gosh.
would take it off.
Don't watch John Wick with Buffy. Note to self. That's rough, man.
Who uses a cauldron anymore?
My forging is my pay, price with which I purchase the death of the Slayer.
You will not be able to purchase that. Not with those glow-in-the-dark teeth. What is that creature, though?
If you get the apartment, this will be your hallway. We'll walk down this hall and we'll say, la la, I'm on my way.
What's the rent? What's the expenses?
I have Albert, which is me doing an important voice. Xander Harris, an excellent tenant, and a very nice-looking fellow.
Is that effective?
Oh, big.
That is big. He can afford this? In California?
I want it. Pay anything.
Oh, there's a microwave.
Phone and electricity are hooked up, and that's the bedroom.
Guys,
Really, you guys? Really? I mean, they did get a room, but come on.
Run your credit check based on the application.
Oh, credit check. Little check on the credit.
Do you have any credit, Xander?
Security and a small cleaning deposit. The total's at the bottom of the sheet there.
What's the total?
He'll take it. Xander, go get the furniture. I'll wait here.
Anya, are you gonna put up the money?
Something urinated on the hot plate.
Too much information.
Can we talk quietly over there? Excuse us.
Maybe he needs a co-signer. Buffy? Giles?
Why can't we have it?
I told you, construction job is ending, and I won't have any more money coming in.
That's a very good reason.
Your own place.
So when I want to visit you, I have to be in that awful basement?
Not forever.
There's a middle ground between the basement and this huge apartment.
My arm hurts and I'm tired. I don't really feel like taking a tour of beautiful things that I can't have.
Okay, next place. Let's go.
I guess I'll just start on that application. I think
Really?
I've been told I have lovely penmanship.
Xander is giving off like Walking Phoenix Joker energy a little bit.
Hands off at the wrist. The Slayer is not here.
Obviously, bro.
It's for no, wait. That is a fertility god. Man, you are not likely to strike back.
Yeah, don't call him a feeble man. Take that. Jerk. Oh, dang. He's a strong jerk.
You are not the Slayer. You do not concern me.
He's like, you're beneath me. Watch, this is gonna be one of the villain of the weeks that gets defeated in like 2 seconds for all his confidence.
This, and this, and this.
I like how he's reenacting it.
Goddess of childbirth. He's got some nice heft to him. How badly did you hurt him?
Maybe not hurt.
His pride should be hurt.
He ran away, huh?
Sort of more turned and swept out majestically, I suppose.
Triumph over a completely indifferent foe.
I'm not dead or unconscious, so I say bravo for me.
Yes, bravo.
He's up for a swinging chorus of the We Told You So symphony.
This place does seem kind of dangerous.
It's dangerous, but I like it. Gives him something to do.
He called you a toth. It's a British expression. It means like moron.
No.
I've never heard that.
Toth is the name of the demon.
Oh.
It also says that for a demon, he's unusually sophisticated.
Sophisticated?
Should discuss men's fashions with him before I chop his head off.
What's sophisticated about that glow-in-the-dark face?
He uses tools, devices. I have an idea.
What?
More factory presence.
Sandalwoody?
Not even remotely. But he was very distinctive.
Maybe he just had BO? Right? Demon BO's gotta be nasty.
I found a spell so you can't smell anything. Does it by taking your nose off, so no.
Yeah, let's not do that spell. Whatever witch wrote that spell should be fired. Spike. Oh, does Spike need furniture?
Pretty vampire has set up a charming tea room over the next pile of crap. What do you think I'm doing? I'm scavenging it.
He needs a job.
For a demon,
Tall roby thing like that one.
Oh, dang. I thought it was a made you look moment.
Oh, very nice! On your side!
Oh, dang. Is he okay?
Buffy, he's gone.
I'm fine.
Why'd he disappear like that? Why would he do that? There's a reason.
That had to hurt.
Yeah.
take it slowly.
No, it's gonna leave something with Xander. Did he just take Xander's form? That's pretty smart. Okay. That's the first sophisticated move that demon did. Oh, you're gonna need so many showers after this.
Uh-oh.
Anya?
Did they all move into the new apartment or something?
What? No way.
Oh, okay, I thought he was gonna get caught by the demon. Okay, good.
Come on, Buffy.
Look out, look out! That's a close call. What? Why didn't he say anything? Why would you hang up? What's wrong with you?
Well, if this guy wants to fight with weapons,
Oh, Xander, why?
another day, another demon.
Right. Yeah, it'll be good.
Oh my gosh. What an entrance for this episode, Dawn.
There knows the girl who died because she choked on her boyfriend's tongue.
Go away, Don.
Has that ever happened?
I'm in the hallway. The hallway doesn't belong to you. Mom, I can stand in the hallway, right?
This must be my 2 teenage girls in the house headache. I thought it felt familiar.
Poor Spike, man. Can't someone get him some furniture, a bed? I mean, this poor guy. What is that for? Is that your Drusilla replacement? No. No, don't go down this route, Spike. You are better than this. Oh, okay. Okay. I'm relieved. I mean, I don't know what he's doing this for, but...
Oh, Slayer.
Oh, okay. Oh, Spike, you've never gotten over that. Why would this demon be going to the work, though? Wouldn't he want to go straight to Buffy's place and just catch her off guard?
Take my life. You get my being fired absolutely free.
Harris, where's your hard hat?
Oh, this day is just gonna keep getting worse for Xander. I know. I know that's what's gonna happen. I don't know why he's trying to handle this on his own and not contact Giles and Buffy or Willow or anybody.
You ever think about staying on full time?
What?
That's good.
I was thinking that I'd have you head up our interior carpentry crew.
Oh, is he mind controlling him?
It's more responsibility, but the pay's
This
better.
is a sophisticated demon. I take it back.
Promotion? But I mean, he didn't...
This works out great. You need to get this information to your friends.
The point where you either have to move on or just buy yourself a Klingon costume. Go with it.
Well,
Is he forcing her to laugh?
we're certainly
Okay.
happy to have.
Yeah.
And if you need anything, day or night, please Call me.
Can anyone use that coin, or is it just the demon using that coin?
Number here.
She's coming on to him.
Even for, you know, non-business stuff. Remember, anytime.
I wonder if that type of like mind control influence will work on someone like Buffy, though.
Anya, you there? I figure you're probably sitting there pretending you're not home, but listening in.
I'm not.
Look, I have something to show you. Meet me at the apartment. You know the one? 9 o'clock.
You better warn her, Xander. Although he doesn't know. Did he hear the phone call? What are you doing? Why would you do this, Xander? Real Xander.
You can't do this to me!
I'm very surprised the demon ran away. I thought he was gonna beat up Xander.
Oh man, I need Buffy.
Why would the demon not take care of his one loose end? Is he weaker because he's in Xander's form or something?
It stole my face. We have to find it, we have to kill it.
Oh, that's pretty smart though.
Whatever stole your face, it has to deal with the Slayer now.
I mean, this is rough for Xander, but I'm so curious what the demon's strategy is. Like, he's so close to Buffy now. Wouldn't that be the perfect time to strike?
It's me, and I can prove it. My 7th birthday, I wanted a toy fire truck, and then the house next door burnt down. And for years, I thought you set the fire for me. We watched Charlie Brown together, and I do the Snoopy dance.
I mean, she's convinced, no?
Xander, stop dancing. Why wouldn't I think you were Xander?
Huh.
Oh, she doesn't even know.
I got hit last night, fall down, boom. Woke up this morning.
We walked you home last night.
Realize it's a spell, Willow. Come on.
Do we really have to figure out what it is? Just go kill it.
Yeah, when the imposter's killed, the body will probably turn back into whatever it really is, and then we'll know.
Toth.
Riley, this is so unintelligent.
The demon with the creepy stick thing.
Toth.
It's gotta be. He hit Xander with
Yeah, come on.
Couldn't that be what the creepy stick thing did?
It's an evil robot constructed from evil parts that look like me, designed to do evil.
Or it's Toth.
Or it's Toth. The demon has taken my life, and he's living it better than I do.
Well, he's cheating. He's using a coin. I mean, if you had that power, you could do whatever you wanted to.
Be a way to get to Buffy to unhypnotize her. I'll find a spell to snap her out of it.
Whatever.
What do you mean, whatever?
You have to help me figure this out, you know.
But I never help. I get in trouble and Buffy saves me.
No, you've done so much, dude.
I'll help to save you. And sometimes you're not in trouble.
I'm just another great humiliation.
That's not true, dude. Literally, watch the show again, Xander. You've done so much.
Life, and everyone's treating him like a grown-up. Well, I'm starting to feel like
Good.
he's doing everything better. He's smarter, and I don't know, maybe I should just let him have it.
What?
Xander, no.
What?
You're just tired and all soggy.
I think he's having a breakdown, yeah.
You can't let him just take your whole existence.
Why not? It's not like I was doing anything so great with it.
Oh, come on.
Hey, what a kick-ass comic book collection. Come on in. What have I got that's even worth...
What?
Anya.
You think he's after her?
She won't know.
Come on, come on.
No way. He can take anything, but he can't have her. I need her.
You didn't think about Anya till just now.
Hey, wait till you have an evil twin.
That does seem like a long delay, but...
I handled it fine.
Yeah, that's right. Come on. Her episode was amazing.
It's gonna be here. Where is it?
What? What are you looking for, man?
You're lying. It's a trick.
Trust me.
I mean, if anyone should notice that Xander's acting different, it should be Anya, right?
I really did. And you know why?
The ceiling fans? They're very attractive.
Because I knew you wanted it. It's all for you.
Why would the demon even be interested in stealing Xander's life?
What do you mean? I just got your phone message, that's all. What happens next?
Well, at some point, we take off our clothes.
I don't think that's what she's talking about.
What happens next in our lives?
She's like, what are we?
A car.
And a boat. No, wait, I don't mean a boat. I mean a puppy or a child. I have a list somewhere.
She's ready for kids?
We have to get going. I don't have time just to let these things happen. There's a hurry, Xander. I'm dying.
What?
I may have as few as 50 years left.
50 years.
You mean you're just a human or what?
You haven't been hurt like this since you became human. Maybe it's finally hitting you what being human means.
It's not it.
Yes, I think it is.
Yeah, I think it is too.
You were gonna live for thousands of years, and now you're gonna age and die.
You don't understand what it's like.
Being suddenly human, I think I can get what that would be like.
Oh, is that what happened to him? He actually turned human? I thought this was just a demon disguise. What the?
I promise you, Anya, very soon you won't be thinking about getting older.
Xander! Xander!
Come on, notice the real one.
You don't belong here. It's a demon. He stole my face. He's trying to trick you. No!
What is it?
Oh, really? She's trusting him?
That looks like Xander.
We already know.
I mean, Xander did. He's in terrible shape. We need to help him.
He came to us too.
No. Come on.
What makes you so sure that yours is the right one? He knew stuff. He did the Snoopy dance.
You seem a little...
He seemed kind of forceful.
Yeah, come on. I'm surprised I didn't think of that earlier.
Neither Xander is a demon.
What?
Is one of them?
Oh, he's saying because it actually got changed into a human.
A rod device splits one person into half, distilling personality traits into two separate bodies. Toth was attempting to split the Slayer into two different entities.
Two Buffys?
Wait, it's both Xander?
The qualities inherent in Buffy Summers, the other belongs to the Slayer alone. When it hit Xander, separated him into his strongest points and his weakest. They're both real. They're both Xander. There's nothing in either of them that our Xander didn't already possess.
Oh my gosh.
Slayer half would be like Slayer concentrate, pretty unkillable.
But the two halves can't exist without each other. Kill the weaker Buffy half, and the Slayer half dies.
Oh, wow.
One, we lose them both.
Can't you see it's me?
I don't know.
Please, look at him.
How are they gonna put them back together now?
That's about 15 seconds.
No, don't shoot him!
Riley, do you wish...
No.
No.
What was the question?
Yes, I do. You wanted to know if I wished you got hit by the ferula Gemini. Got split in two.
Why would he wish that?
Kind of rankly about the whole Slayer gig. Instead of having Slayer Buffy, you could have Buffy.
Being the Slayer is part of who you are.
Bad hours, frequent bruising, cranky monsters.
It's a tough gig.
If you led a perfectly normal life, you wouldn't be half as crazy as you are. I gotta have that. I gotta have it all. The whole bad ice skating movie obsession, everything. There's no part of you I'm not in love with.
That's really considerate of Riley to say it to Buffy when she's doubting herself like that.
Xander kills himself, he's dead. Know what I mean?
I mean, that's always the case.
Out of the way.
Xander!
No, Buffy, I'm me. Help me.
My gun. He's got my gun.
You own a gun?
Xander.
Okay, well, at least he complied.
I am. No, I am. Thank you.
Okay, Xander, you've been split in two. You're both Xander, and you can't kill each other. I mean, well, you could, but it'd be really bad.
Yeah, you'd both die. Mutually assured destruction.
We can prove you're both Xander.
Yeah. How?
Yeah, how?
Oh, what number am I thinking of?
I don't think that's gonna do.
11 and a half.
Wrong. Oh, but see?
I don't know if that would convince me under the circumstances.
We're all different.
Different properties went into each of you, but you're both Xander.
What different properties?
It's chemistry. It's complicated.
A shiny disc that stuns and disorients. Cover your eyes.
This?
It'll melt your brain. The nickel someone flattened on the railroad track. Found it on the construction site. I thought it was cool.
The power of confidence.
Isn't anyone gonna tell me why there are two Xanders?
I will on the way to Giles. Let's go.
Oh, the real demon shows up.
Oh, great. Rod boy.
Tell me he splits all of them in this episode. That would be hilarious. We just have tons of double selves. It's close.
Small cleaning deposit.
Good point. Was that a sophisticated death?
That cleaning deposit's gone. I was thinking the same thing. Hey, do you suppose we're both Xander?
Psychologically, this is fascinating. Doesn't it make everyone want to lock them in separate rooms and do experiments on them?
Back down with those initiative instincts there, man. We don't need that here.
All the same physical attributes. Maybe we shouldn't do this reintegration thing right away.
Why not?
You know, we can all have sex together and then, you know.
Also, we should continue to pretend we heard none of the disturbing sex talk.
Just block it all out, Giles. It never happened.
Cheating? They're both Xander. Well, what do we do if it doesn't work?
Kill us both, Spock.
They're kind of the same now.
They're like friends now.
Natural state is to be together. Toth's spell is doing all the work of keeping you apart. I just have to break it.
Oh, nice.
We don't want you to end up two fronts now, do we?
Are you sure you know how to do this?
Here we go.
She didn't say yes.
Let the spell be ended.
You gotta be kidding. The spell be ended. That's not gonna work.
That's seriously the incantation?
Oh.
That is very, very, very simple.
I liked it the other way. Put him back.
That's where Spike slept. There, that's where Hanya and I drowned the Sapavro demon. Oh, and right there, that's where I got my heart all ripped out. I really hate this place.
I was gonna say, you'll be happy you're gone, trust me.
Oh, I see you've joined the not sling-wearing crowd.
Feeling better. And I anticipate many years before my death, accepting disease or airbag failure.
That sounds
Always
nice.
wear a seatbelt. Buffy's like, I was just having a normal conversation, but okay.
I just thought you could help carry a little.
Me? Buffy has super strength. Why don't we just load her up like one of those little horses?
Please.
Fine. I'm just your slave.
What box makes you that?
She digs the whole package. It's obvious.
I do envy you sometimes. Not that I'm still into Buffy. Not that I ever was.
Buffy's like nobody else in the world. On fire. Going crazy if I'm not touching her. Is so still and peaceful. Just perfectly content. This is the one. But she doesn't love me.
What? What are you talking about?
Got something else for me to carry?
Buffy doesn't love Riley? I think he's talking about the fans. The fans don't love Riley.
Sure.
And why would he stay together with her if he knows she doesn't love him? I mean, I guess because he's so in love himself. What a way to end that episode, dang. All right, so that's Buffy the Vampire Slayer Season 5, Episode 3. So we definitely went down a different route for this episode. Obviously, kind of a Xander-focused episode, and it took its own direction for this week. I did think it was a really good twist. I mean, obviously, they meant for us to think that this demon had become a clone of Xander, and I 100% fell for that, and especially fell for, you know, everything you're meant to fall for, I fell for during this episode, thinking that coin had some type of special powers. But the plot twist I thought was really good, because the reveal that instead of cloning Xander, which, you know, would be kind of a clever way to get close to Buffy, honestly, but the fact that all it did was split Xander into his two halves of himself, I find that much more interesting. I mean, because I think that's true. Everyone has different sides to themselves, and it made everything make more sense in the episode, right? The fact that the Xander we were following, you know, he had really low self-esteem, was really weak, was really foolish with a lot of his decisions. A lot of my comments, I was kind of pointing things out. Like, I thought they were just trying to make to draw attention to the contrast between the perfect demon who was embodying Xander. But no, it made total sense now that I understand what was actually happening. Like, of course, that half of Xander was all the weak parts of him, the parts of him that are insecure, that has low self-esteem, that doesn't believe in himself, that has no confidence. And that would be such an interesting thing. I mean, that would be fascinating if you could do that. You know, like, to myself, I'd love to see those two aspects of my personality split, because I think it would be very revealing, showing the root of a lot of your weaknesses or insecurities or just things you need to work on. If it was made that black and white clear, like, here's the strong, confident, good parts of your personality, here's the weak, cowardly, insecure, or just any of those weaker qualities, you know, just to see those two halves laid out in such a clear fashion. I mean, I don't know what it says about Anya, the fact that she wanted Xander to stay split like that, but, you know, you do you. But just for me, you know, I feel like it would be interesting to observe if this was possible, your own self and those own aspects of yourself. And I really like that. I really like when Buffy uses the supernatural elements of the show to kind of explore things like the two halves that we have and those psychological elements that are true in real life. And it's, you know, I'm very happy that Xander, you know, by the end of the episode is moving out of his parents' house. I mean, I think that's definitely a stage that he's ready, if not has been ready for. But it's, you know, the opening of the episode was sad, and it's just another reminder that Xander is a character, of all the Scoobies, I actually think, in a certain sense, he's the most tragic. I mean, not extreme tragedy, but, you know, growing up in kind of a broken home as an only child, living with that, you know, with your parents fighting like that all the time, that's not a pleasant thing. And, you know, Xander has a lot of struggles too that we saw in the Zeppo episode, and just in general how he views himself in relation to the Scoobies, you know, just being a guy who doesn't have any special abilities in the same exact way that Willow and Buffy do, of course. But I like that side of Xander and his history and his family is shown more in the show, because that's ever present in his life. And, you know, kind of seeing what it's like to deal with that and try to struggle and move on beyond it, I think is just, that's really part of who he is as a character. To be honest, if I had one thing I would have liked in this episode as well, I would have liked if in the finale, like if I like the focus on Xander for the majority of the episode, but I think it would have been cool if when the demon finally showed up, he had shot that wand at everybody. I would love to see those two halves and just that doppelganger effect with Buffy, with Riley, with Giles. That could be so entertaining. Can you imagine Spike? I mean, I would love to see the weaker side of Spike. That would probably be so funny. I just think there could be a lot of comedic gold if we saw that with more than one character. Maybe something else or some other spell will happen and we'll see something similar in the future. But I think that could have been a very amusing thing that happened. But, at the end of the day, the glow-in-the-dark face demon was defeated fairly easily. Besides the staff, I don't think anything that he did was very clever, out of the ordinary for assassination attempts on Buffy's life. But that actually makes sense because I think that a truly sophisticated, intelligent villain who is trying to take on Buffy would probably be a little bit less arrogant, like not taking Buffy seriously as an opponent, given her track record and her history and the number of villains who have confidently declared that they're going to be the one to defeat her, only to be defeated themselves 2 seconds later. I think that if we do get a big bad who actually poses a legitimate threat to Buffy's life, they'll probably be confident, maybe similar to how we saw Dracula in the first episode of this season, but not overly arrogant. Like, I'm just going to waltz in here and take on a great slayer. Like, it's going to take some effort. It's a worthy opponent, and I think that there will be some level of respect and admiration for Buffy's ability as a hero, But the big, to me, one of the most impactful things of the whole episode. Hold on, sorry. Before I get to that, I just thought of is Xander still moving into that big apartment? And if so, how could he? I guess he can probably afford it because he's gonna stay on at the construction job. But still, what's the rent? I want to know the monthly cost of that size apartment in California. Where in California is it? Did you have to pay renter's insurance? There's a lot. I have questions about Xander's housing situation. And does he even want to move into an apartment? Even if he can afford it, doesn't he want to save up money possibly? Do you need that big of a place if, Anya's not even living with him? She has her own place. I don't know. Just, am I the only one thinking about these renting thoughts while watching this episode and seeing this? But to the main point, that the major thing that I think happened in this episode, at least from my point of view, is Riley saying at the end that Buffy doesn't love him. And the way that scene happened and the way that it was portrayed in this episode makes me feel like that's true. But I'm trying to wonder, what happened? You know what I mean? I don't think Buffy and Riley were ever at the level of Angel and Buffy that I've seen so far on the show. But given what we've seen of Riley and Buffy together in season 4, it seemed like Buffy genuinely loved Riley. Maybe they're in a rough patch in their relationship, but it's interesting. It's interesting that he would say that, and it would seem like kind of a very sad moment. And it is sad from Riley's point of view, right? Obviously, if he's so deeply in love with Buffy, which he clearly is by his own admission, and they seem to be working fine together as a couple, it's got to be so painful to realize, and I wonder how long he's known this, that Buffy doesn't love him. And I'd love to know, what clues made him think that, because I've yet, as someone who's been watching the show, the glimpses that we've seen of them together, I haven't seen any signs where I'm like, yeah, Buffy seems kind of checked out of this relationship. If he said, I love Buffy more than Buffy loves me, I could 100% get on board with that. But, heck. To me, immediately, I think, well, my suspicion was right, that Riley and Buffy will not end up together. If I had to guess, and just stepping outside of the show, given the feedback that I've heard about Riley, many people just hate Riley's guts and do not like him at all. So I would imagine, if I had to theorize, what really happened is that Riley was introduced as a character in season 4 to be Buffy's new love interest, and the writers of the show, including Joss Whedon, got the feedback from a large portion of the fan base saying that they hated Riley's guts, and so when they started drawing up outlines and plans for how to write season 5, they were like, all right, well, the fans don't like him, so we got to find a new love interest for Buffy. How are we going to organically have them break up? And I guess the way they're doing it now is they're saying that Riley realizes Buffy doesn't love him anymore. And I say anymore because I'm assuming Riley thinks that Buffy used to love him back in season 4, or at least at some point when they were together, but maybe not. Maybe he's under the impression that Buffy never loved him. You know, maybe Riley is like, oh my gosh, I'm the rebound. Angel and Buffy, and then Buffy had me as the rebound. Heck, wow, poor Riley. Poor Riley. I mean, I feel bad for the actor, Mark Blucas, right? Because it's got to be a hit to your ego, and beyond even the ego. Like, if you work hard as an actor, imagine how excited he must have been landing a role on Buffy, you know, a pretty big show. And then the feedback is like, everyone hates your character. You suck. You're boring. That's gotta be difficult to deal with. But I mean, that's just the reality of show business. That happens with every show. There's characters who are popular, characters who are unpopular, and a lot of times the unpopular characters get written off the show. Maybe I'm being overly dramatic. Maybe Riley is not departing. Maybe they're not going to get rid of his character, but they just want to explore a storyline where Riley and Buffy aren't together in a relationship. But yeah, I don't know. That definitely is going to be something that comes up in the future. And I hope, for Riley's sake, that he has a conversation with Buffy about what he knows or what he thinks he knows, and doesn't just keep his mouth shut and say, well, I know she doesn't love me, but I'll just stay in this relationship anyways because I'm so in love with her. I mean, that is a difficult situation to be in, right? And I'm sure there are people watching this who have been in that exact situation. You know, and even if you haven't been in a relationship with someone that you love, all of us have had crushes on people who don't feel the same way towards us, or maybe don't even notice us. You know, maybe it's just one of those like young, I saw someone and was instantly had a crush on them type of thing, even if they don't know me. So that's a hard feeling to deal with. I can only imagine that it's much more difficult if you've been dating someone a while and then you realize that. But if I was, you know, putting on my Dr. Phil glasses, as I often do, I'd sit Riley down and tell him, if she doesn't love you, it's not going to work out, you know. And you should at least have that conversation, you know what I mean? And preferably sooner rather than later, because I feel like it's one of those things that's hard to have, like many difficult conversations about relationships are, but you don't want to procrastinate. You know, procrastinate when it comes to doing your leather work or learning about beads, or I don't know, I'm trying to think of random hobbies. Not that these are my hobbies. I'm drawing a blank. Why am I thinking of these things? Procrastinate before you get back into painting or learn the piano. But don't procrastinate with this important conversation that you definitely need to have with Buffy about why you feel this way. And, you know, maybe, I mean, I just watched the episode of Angel where they fought the paranoid demon. Maybe Riley's being paranoid. I don't think so, because for reasons beyond the characters in the show, like stepping back as imagining I'm a writer of the show, I think that this is going to be true. I think that Buffy is going to admit, or at least know herself, that she doesn't love Riley either, and they're going to end their relationship. I think that's the direction we're heading. But maybe not. There's a small possibility that Riley is just feeling insecure, or maybe he loves Buffy so much and he fears losing her, and so he's convinced himself that, or he's afraid that Buffy doesn't love him. Maybe. I'd say there's about a 0.5% chance, if I was gambling, that that's going to be the true storyline, but you never know. You never know until you see what happens. I will say I missed more of Dawn. I mean, we had her interrupting Riley and Buffy's kiss, which is pretty rude, even as a teenager, but we only saw a little bit of her, and I'm eager to get to more of that storyline, because I feel like that's connected to the main storyline. And even if it's not, just Dawn as a character is interesting to me. I really liked episode 2. I loved hearing her thoughts and her feelings, her perspective growing up as the younger sister under the shadow of the great Slayer herself. You know, that's kind of a fascinating dilemma to be under. Like, I imagine it, you know, anyone who's related to like a really famous celebrity or something like that, they probably feel some of those similar things. But particularly when you're at that kind of changing, pivotal time in your life in those teenage years, that must magnify like all of those thoughts and feelings. And, you know, I wonder if I don't know, I feel like there's a lot that a lot of interesting things to explore from that angle, so I'm excited. Maybe we'll have that for next episode. We will see. Thank you to everyone for watching along. As always, this episode, the full reaction, future reactions of all the episodes Buffy and Angel are up on Patreon if you want to support and watch those. Thank you for watching, and as always, remember, be active, be mindful, and be a hero.